Hello, everybody. I am yet again Price McKinney, simply put. And as always, I want to thank you for tuning in and listening. We're going to dive right into this head first. This is going to be Communicate Part 2. Not last week, this week actually, we talked about communicating. If you need to go back and listen to that video, feel free to do so. It is on YouTube, Price McKinney, simply put. It is also on my Facebook page, and it is also on Instagram. And I changed that name, for those of you who don't know, to Simply Put PM. So you can check that out there. But this is going to be Communicate Part 2. Now, here's your big bird word for the day, and that is listen. Don't be so quick to talk and get your points across and give your accolades and your kudos to yourself, tooting your own horn. And all of that's fine, dandy, and wonderful. But be more prone to listen first versus doing the talking. And within your listening, and this may be a learned behavior. I'm guilty. Listen, I'd be the first to tell you I'm guilty. I still have to practice this to this day. When somebody is talking to you, and of course we're talking about relationships, so if you're either in a relationship, especially if you're already in one or about to go into one and you learn the person, when they're talking, be attentive. Put your phone down and have a conversation. While that person is talking to you and you're all engaged within that conversation, put your phone down. Pay attention to what it is that they're saying. Follow the conversation. If you got to take notes to do so, and ask you, well, why are you writing this down so I don't lose any of what it is that you're saying. If you got to do that, even if you have to practice what it is that you're trying to say. I've got a buddy of mine that I sometimes have to bounce stuff off of, and be okay with that. Everybody's been through this. When you're talking and you're trying to say something and you stop in the middle of it, and you say, well, I don't know how to say that. Take a pause, take a time out, and, get your words together. There's nothing wrong with that. Doesn't mean that you're crazy or stupid or dumb, anything. It just means you may have to ask them, well, this is what I'm trying to say, but I really don't know if it's coming out right. And that's okay. That happens. But be more prone to listen. And while you're listening, and I'm guilty of this, I've had to work on it. So I'm not telling you or recommending anything to you that I haven't done myself. Don't have a pre-recorded answer before they even finish. Let them get it out. And I'm not even talking about, it has to be a, argument or anything like that. No, that's not what I'm saying at all. Just something, because sometimes when people are saying something, you're anxious and chomping at the bit to, okay, well, let me say this. In my case, oftentimes, so I don't forget what it is that I'm trying to say. And that happens too. But be more attentive to what it is that they're saying and listening versus what it is that you're trying to hurry up and get out. If you have to write down your thought or your idea, do that. Do that. Here's the other thing I want to cover with listening. And this is the fun part. Because I've been married twice. I've, dated a few times since then. And this happens to every male and it happens to every female. All right? Y'all ready for this? Men, we typically focus on the facts. Women, you all filter stuff through your feelings. Here's what that looks like. Well, I said so and so and so and so. Then she says, well, I heard, and then the man looks at her and says, that ain't nowhere near what I said. That is not what I said. And then this is what we do, man. How in the world did you come up with that? It's because they filtered what you said through their emotions. Now, us, with short, simple, straight to the point for the most part, focus on the facts. Again, women filter what they hear. So when you hear them say, well, I heard, and they repeat what they said, then you have to clarify yet again what it was that you just said. All I said was this, and this. And then they go back into, well, I heard, well, I get it, and don't be rude, don't be harsh, don't be mean. Don't do that. Just take it for what it is, and fix it in that moment, by way of saying, well, I apologize if that's what you heard. I did, that was not my intent, but this is what I said. So this is what we're going to have to go on. So that is though, these are some, ways that we can communicate, to help the other person understand us, and so that we can learn them. Because again, whether you're in the beginning of a relationship, going into the dating scene, or you're currently in one, or even coming out of, communication is the key to any successful relationship. That is the key, is being able to communicate. So again, be able to share what it is that you're going to share, and you don't be so caught up into, well, I got to get this out. I got to just be patient, be calm, and get it out so the person hears what it is that you have to say. And sometimes you may have to ask the person, well, did you hear what I just said? Be polite, be kind, did you hear what I just said? And see how they give that back to you, to make sure that you heard them clearly, and that the message that the individual is given is you're saying it the right way, so that that person understands. Because all of us have a different, trust me, all of us have a different language. Lord knows I have my own. Lord, if you talk to anybody that I know, close, they'll tell you, well, he's got his own language. So if he says something, don't be alarmed, don't trip. He has his own language, and I get that. So the person has to learn that and understand that. So again, learn the person, listen, and enjoy the relationship. Just have fun. Don't get into a whole bunch of extras and whatnot. Just learn, listen, and laugh. Just enjoy the process. Enjoy the process. And I trust me, I'm going to get into this later. But the notion of, what does he bring to the table? What does she bring to the table? And you got all of these, different things that you do, prior to getting in a relationship. And then some of us have been single for a long time, such as myself, and I don't plan on staying single the rest of my life. And then you have the other, notion of, well, I've been single so long, I don't need nobody. If you're not a nun, then you have a desire to be with a man, then that's, at some point that'll happen if you so let it. So anyway, these are a couple of the things and ideas that we're going to talk about on down the road. But even with that, communication is the key to any successful relationship. Again, I'm Price McKinney, Simply Put. Follow me on Facebook, on Instagram, Simply Put PM. Most importantly, go to YouTube, Price McKinney, Simply Put, and subscribe to my page. And again, I'm not an expert. I just know what I know. I'll see you soon.